Welcome to this last part of this chapter to have a look what's happened on the browser side now. If you have any performance issue on the browser side, how you can detect it, or you can monitor it, and what you have to do after. Okay, let's now face the point that you may have an issue on the browser side and just take time. So to simulate that, I created a simple REST API extensions, and in that REST API extensions, I just sleep for X second. Okay, then second, I created a simple page. In that page, I ask for times, and I call this REST API extensions here. So what we have now? If I give, for example, 7 seconds, oh, first I have to open the debugger. Okay, go to network. I don't need that. Network, and let's say I want to wait for 8 seconds. So what happened? You see here, I have my REST API extensions waiting because it waits for 8 seconds, and then I got the answer. So you can see here on the browser side, it's wait for close to 8 seconds, then you get the answer. So what's happened on the server side? So here it's what you will see, because actually in the server side, so here we know it's wait for 8 seconds, but how many times on the server? Because you may have a lot of time in due to the network, or if you have a proxy or whatever, it takes time. So what is important is how many time it takes on the server side. So to do that, what I use, I use another way. It's we call that a valve, and in fact here, because maybe it's taken this 34 milliseconds, on the server side. So here the idea here is this component will record every access and save that access in a log files, CSV files, for example. So how to configure that? You go to the Tomcat up here, and you go to the server.xml, and you just need to have this valve here. So you say, and this is a pattern to save. So this is completely Tomcat standard. And what does this generate? Okay, come here, it generates that on the log. I have a files here, and if I open it, here it is. You see, I have it's an Excel, so CSV, so you can open, and then you can see here it's 8 seconds here. So of course it will be visible by the security card, but in the security card page you have only the top 10. Here you have all the access, and you see you have also the time, so it's in milliseconds, so it's fine, but then you can detect the longer. Keep in mind, when you do a REST API like this, it's very bad because you take one thread for 8 seconds. So if you have 20 threads waiting this amount of times, of course your server will not respond anymore because it will work on this kind of REST API. So you are really to be pay attention on this element and to check how many times it takes to reduce that, or you have to enlarge the number of threads in the Tomcat. So what can we say as a conclusion of on this chapter is that Bonita Portal is a very classical application, web applications, so you can control the different Tomcat, and the main parameters here is the number of HTTP connectors available to the browser, and this is a Tomcat parameters. So pay attention, it's not so easy, no need to put a big number here, you have to monitor and check what this number, and it's not because you monitor one time. If you go 2 weeks after, it may change because you may have more user, you may have more process deploy, you may have a lot of different, and then of course maybe the number is not, maybe you need to enlarge, maybe you need to have more CPU. So there are nothing to say at one moment you have to put that number, and another moment it is a good number. It's every time you have to check. So I hope it's more clear for this chapter, and now we can move to the second chapter about the worker. Second worker. That place, don't hesitate, put in the comment what's the name of that place.
Ah, no, I understand what I should keep my focus on. That's clear as the sky today in California. Thank you, PY.